I've discussed many times what I've done to reverse osteoporosis in terms of what I added in my schedule or diet or exercise. But what about what I stopped doing that helped me reverse osteoporosis? I'll tell you all about it in this video. Hi, I'm GloryB, and this is GloryB-TV, a lifestyle channel for mature women who want to look fabulous, feel amazing, and age gracefully. I reversed osteoporosis when I was 61 years old without the bone drugs, and now I'm 64. Let's look at some of the things I stopped doing that help my bones regenerate as they should on their own. All the things I stopped doing are things that lead to bone loss. Let's get right to it. The first thing I stopped doing to reverse osteoporosis was the things or actions that cause internal inflammation. Inflammation in the body will lead to bone loss. For the most part, the cause of inflammation is the wrong food and drink. So what did I stop eating or lower the amount of significantly? I stopped eating food that has added sugar or too much sugar. These include bread, crackers, pasta, store-bought salad dressings, yogurt with sugar, store-bought cereals, and sport drinks. Eliminating trans fats is a good one to do too. Trans fats are in store-bought baked goods, margarine, microwave popcorn, non-dairy coffee creamers, and shortening. Eliminating red and processed meats. I did this one a long time ago. These include bacon, beef, beef jerky, pepperoni, sausage, and deli meats. I lowered the intake of omega-6 fatty acids. You'll find omega-6 in canola oil, corn oil, safflower oil, sunflower oil, peanut oil, and mayonnaise. And lowering or eliminating refined carbs is a good idea to reduce internal inflammation. I've mentioned on previous videos that I grew up eating Twinkies, Ho-Hos, and Ding Dongs. Besides those favorite Hostess desserts, other foods with refined carbs are bread, crackers, French fries, pasta, and cereals. I've also mentioned on previous videos that I changed my diet when I was 38 and never looked back. We're more likely to get heart disease, high blood pressure, or strokes, type 2 diabetes, or cancer than we are to get harmed in some way by osteoporosis. Those other maladies are called comorbidities, and I don't have any of them. I've become acquainted with many people over the age of 50 who reverse these comorbidities with a change of diet to my diet as a lifestyle, and they were taken off their medications. It's entirely possible, but it's difficult to do. To make it easier to make healthy diet changes and to ensure your success so that you stay encouraged, I put together a series of courses, the first of which is called Kickstart Your Health. It walks you through making healthy diet lifestyle changes one step at a time, doing it at your own pace, helping you to get rid of old habits and create new healthy habits that stick. I'll have a link to the course in the description box below the video and in the first comment. The second thing I stopped doing to reverse osteoporosis was ignoring getting blood work done. I want to see what nutrients I'm low on and supplement if needed. If you don't get your blood work done at least annually, you could be missing something. Of course, at your annual physical, they should be doing a blood draw and running it through a lab. Now, before they do, when your doctor orders the blood test, make sure the doctor ticks the boxes for all the blood tests you want. I have a local chiropractor who has run 2 blood tests for me, and we had it test for all kinds of things. In particular, checking your vitamin D levels is important. This chiropractor checked the box for vitamin D to be tested, but I'm also enrolled in a vitamin D study where my blood is tested twice a year. This is how I know how much vitamin D3 supplement to take. I've heard Dr. Joel Fuhrman say, if you're going to supplement with vitamin D3, you've got to have your blood tested for vitamin D regularly. He means once or twice a year. It's really the only way you know how much vitamin D3 supplement to take. I like having my blood tested twice a year. It's done in the spring and fall. I can see my results and adjust the amount of D3 supplement I'm taking. I've noticed when I've gone through really stressful times that my body just wants more vitamin D. So now I increase my D3 supplement intake when I'm in high stress mode. I'll have a link below to the vitamin D study I'm enrolled in case you want to check it out. The third thing I stopped doing to reverse osteoporosis is I stopped getting calcium from dairy. There are many studies out there showing that dairy intake doesn't lower your risk of osteoporosis, and there are plenty of other food sources for calcium, such as dark leafy greens and broccoli. I'll have several articles and studies linked for you in the description box and links to sites showing foods that have high calcium amounts in them. So non-dairy sources of calcium are highly absorbable by our bodies, and we can get plenty from the right foods. The fourth thing I stopped doing to reverse osteoporosis was to stop eating sandwiches for lunch. Wow, sandwiches go back to my grammar school and high school days. But now I need fiber and nutritious vegetables to keep a healthy body going. Since I eat fruit in the morning and a salad for lunch, these were good habits to develop to keep me on the right track. When I buy lettuce, such as romaine, I buy the entire romaine and I chop it up myself. Having the pre-chopped lettuce ready to go saves time. I also shred carrots in advance and make the salad dressing ahead of time and store it in jars in the refrigerator. The prep work means making a salad for lunch is a fast process. The fifth thing I stopped doing to reverse osteoporosis was to stop being a sedentary couch potato. This is a big one for a lot of people. I used to live in a neighborhood with many connecting neighborhoods and parks where walking was easy and fun. There were prairie paths all over town for biking, and in the winter, the community center had an indoor walking track that was free to use. Where I live now is more rural, and I see older people walking on a street because there isn't a sidewalk, and it's just not as safe to walk, and there's no variety, which means anyone here has to get in their car and go somewhere if they want variety in their exercise and safety to not risk getting hit by a car. I exercise at home with a variety of exercises that I have videos for on my channel. I'll link to the playlist where all of my exercise videos are posted. I do need to join a gym again, though, to make sure I don't go backwards. The sixth thing I stopped doing to reverse osteoporosis was to stop staying up late. I've read several studies which showed that the best, most restorative sleep we can get is the sleep we get before midnight. I don't stay up late. Instead, I go to bed early and I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I get my exercise in first thing and have my prayer time afterward, all before getting on with the rest of my day. What really convinced me to be an early riser and to get more sleep earlier in the evening are a couple studies about the sleep we get before midnight. Of course, getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep is important too. And if the first 2 or 3 hours of that is before midnight, it's even better for you. The seventh thing I stopped doing to reverse osteoporosis was to stop worrying about having osteoporosis. Worry and stress are definitely bad for your bones. I know life happens and things come our way that we can't help but stress about. Job loss, having a sick child or sick grandchild or a sick spouse, managing aging parents, losing an important relationship. These are life happens types of things where we need to manage stress. But getting stressed out about osteoporosis, that fear is coming from doctors, pharmaceutical companies, and the media. Follow people who've reversed osteoporosis naturally without the drugs, and that can be a key to giving you hope, giving you ideas to try yourself, and getting rid of the stress caused from worrying about having osteoporosis. Everything I mentioned that has a link, including more videos about osteoporosis, are listed and linked in the description box and the first comment. Make sure to check those out and to do more of your own research. I'm also into keeping myself as youthful as possible, both inside and out. I have lots of videos showing how I do that. It's never too late to make positive changes that slow down the aging process. Check out one of my other videos by tapping its image on the right side of your screen, and I'll see you in the next video.